What's up, YouTube? This is Mouthwiz97 and welcome to episode number 35 of my SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 General Manager mode, coming to you from Boston, Massachusetts for the November 8th edition of SmackDown. And as we can see, taking a look at the match card, the main event is an elimination tag team matchup as Stone Cold Steve Austin teams up with Rob Van Dam to take on the United States Champion Kane and the Viper Randy Orton. But we'll get to that matchup later on, because first of all, we've got this matchup, a confrontation between Captain Charisma, Christian, and his opponent for this evening, Shelton Benjamin. That is right, folks. Christian and Shelton, they're going to be squaring off here tonight. Two men who have been, well, a bit down on their luck, to say the least, in recent memory. I mean, if we take a look at Christian, he was a former Cruiserweight champion, winning the belt back prior to, somewhere in between Judgment Day and the Great American Bash, when he defeated Rob Van Dam for the Cruiserweight title. Actually, no, it wasn't even just Van Dam. It was Van Dam, Ric Flair, Chavo, I believe, was actually in that matchup. Paul London, I might have been in there as well, in a Battle Royal when Christian won the Cruiserweight title, holding it all the way up until he just recently lost the title to Paul London at No Mercy. And then we have Shelton Benjamin, who was actually in a bit of a career renaissance, or really just, I guess, kind of kick-starting his career for this series. Not exactly a renaissance, but really, he just kind of kick-started his career. He captured the United States Championship in the triple threat matchup against Edge and Kane. But sadly, that title reign didn't last very long, as he too lost his championship at the No Way Out pay-per-view. What a German suplex by Shelton. Yes, he also lost his United States Championship. So Christian and Shelton, two former champions. This is an opportunity for either one of these two men to pick up a much-needed victory, try to get their careers back on track. And I do apologize for the recent lack of videos that have been going up on the channel. It's been a couple of reasons, one of them being that I work, so even when I had the videos, the commentaries recorded, I didn't really have the time to upload them to YouTube. If I wanted to upload them, I would have had to have left my computer running at some point, and it would have been like a really awkward time to upload the video. Like, would have been overnight, so it would have been, I don't know, like 10 o'clock, 11 maybe, until the videos were done processing, and it just really wasn't an ideal situation. But not only that, more recently I've not been able to record a single commentary for the past week or two. I think it's been almost 2 weeks since I last recorded a commentary. Now, that doesn't include the Pokemon videos, which have been going up, because those were from 2013. The commentaries were already pre-recorded, so luckily enough, I had those videos to kind of keep something on the channel so you guys weren't just in suspense for the past week or so. But other than that, I mean, I haven't really been able to record any commentaries. No Universe, no GM mode. I had a couple of videos left over that I had recorded, what would have been almost 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. Oh no, 2 weeks. What am I saying? Why am I saying 3? Anyway, it would have been a while ago that I recorded those commentaries, because I like to, more recently I've had to record in bulk. I didn't really have a choice, because I wouldn't be, I would have one day to do commentaries, and I'd have to do them all at once. So, even before that though, I like to have a couple videos recorded in advance, just for a situation like this. If I can't record for whatever reason, that I have videos I can upload, and unfortunately I haven't had the time to record that much, so I've been able to stockpile for this situation. But yes, I do apologize for the lack of GM mode, the lack of WWE content, but hopefully I'll be able to have some time to do commentaries. This is probably going to be this is a shorter video, so I can sneak one in real quick. And then there's also another video that I had actually recorded. The next episode of GM Mode I actually already recorded, just because the video was shorter than this one, and at the time I didn't have this one rendered so that I could commentate for it. So I did the next one, which is the next episode. So I'm going to have this one and another one, so at least this way I'll have a couple videos just to kind of hold me over for a little bit longer until I can get the universe mode and more GM mode commentaries done that I want to. But for now, that's just the situation. If you're wondering why has the video's been kind of inconsistent, where's the content gone, that's what's been happening lately. So I do apologize for that. But then again, this isn't exactly a job. This is just a hobby. I'd like to consider this kind of a third job, but no, it's not a job. This isn't something that I can do full-time or part-time or whatever. But wait a minute, Christian, kill switch engaged. As he flips the switch, may just shut the lights out on Shelton Benjamin. 2 count. And that is it, folks. Christian picks up the victory here tonight. A much-needed victory for Christian. But yes, I do apologize, as I've said probably several times now. But hopefully we can get these videos back on track in the next couple of days, weeks, whatever the case. But yes, with WWE 2K16 coming up just around the corner, I was planning on shifting into a more GM mode heavy sort of schedule. Like, I was planning on uploading more GM mode in proportion to my universe mode videos, because I'm only going to be able to get to Money in the Bank for universe mode. I'm not going to be able to start through a month and then pick up, I don't know, like week 2 with an episode of Main Event for the next... No, that's not going to work. So what I like to do with my universe mode is I like to end it off after a pay-per-view and then transition into the next game, which, if you're a fan of my channel, if you've been around here for a while, you know the deal. But if you're new, if you just came around in the 2K15 season, well, that's how I like to do things, and that's why I get to Money in the Bank, and that's where I'm going to stop. But I have to make sure that I can at least make it to Money in the Bank. I have all the episodes recorded, I just need to edit them and provide commentary. And really, as I've said before, commentary is the main reason why I can't upload at a much faster rate. Like, if I could just record universe mode, the gameplay, and just upload that, then I would probably be even further than I am at this point. I might have even made it up to like Night of Champions, whatever territory. But then if I just do that, it's not unique. Adding my commentary, I feel, is what makes it unique. Anybody can just record gameplay from a video game and upload that, but I don't. That's not my style. I don't like to watch that on the internet, and I don't want to produce content that I wouldn't watch myself. And that's sort of one of my, I guess, philosophies when it comes to YouTube. But anyways, as we're going to take a look at the matchup at hand at the moment, we have Stone Cold and Rob Van Dam teaming up to take on Randy Orton and Kane. Rob Van Dam, of course, the #1 contender for the United States Championship. And Survivor Series is going to be a bit of an interesting pay-per-view, as we have a bunch of rivalries building up to it. And I don't necessarily have to book everybody who's in a rivalry on the show to keep the rivalries alive, because it is a pay-per-view. So that, luckily, I have that going for me. That's a bit of a benefit. But we're going to have... Survivor Series is actually a shorter card than normal. There's, I believe, 5 matches, and one of them is a Raw versus SmackDown match, which will be alluded to a little bit later on in the next coming episodes. I'm not going to spoil exactly what it is, but it definitely is not a match, an all SmackDown match, that's for sure. So I'll have 2 matches that I can play around with, and then the Raw versus SmackDown match, which is going to determine who or which brand gets the #30 entrant into the Royal Rumble. So there's a lot on the line for that matchup. So be sure to stay tuned for that announcement when Vince McMahon eventually gives it to us. But that is right. The Royal Rumble #30 spot is going to be up for grabs. So hopefully we can do our best and we can win that matchup so we can get the #30 entrance. And then if we can win the Royal Rumble, we get the main event at WrestleMania. So this really is, we're getting into WrestleMania season very, very shortly here in the series. And I gotta say, the pacing for this series has definitely been quicker than that of my 2008 series. Like this, I guess, you know, at the time I was doing 08, at times I would have 4 series running on the channel, whereas this year I've only had the GM mode and the universe mode. At one point, I guess there were some career mode episodes, but even then, that's only 3. That's not 4 series. So I've been able to get through this one much, much quicker, and I'm pretty sure I've already made the announcement that I am going to be doing a 2007 GM mode, but once I finish this one up, probably next year, don't quote me, if something would perhaps come up and I can't get to it, you know, something unforeseen may possibly happen, but the plan is that next year, once I finish up this GM mode series, I'm going to be starting 2007, and we're going to have some fun on that, and after that, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, because that's going to basically conclude GM mode. There aren't any other games that have it. I don't know. We'll have to see where we go from there, but for now, that's the plan, so that at least should basically get me up to the release of 2K17, and I'm sure the 07 series is going to be going on a bit longer after that, so I don't know. I'll have plenty of time to think about what I'm going to do next. But of course, with 2K... I was going to say 17. 2K16, how that's going to work, because now we've got some created modes back, so there is a series that I would like to do, that I wanted to do back in 2K15, but I was unable to. I still want to wait and see how this game plays out, so I'm not going to confirm it, I'm not going to deny it, but I would really enjoy trying to put together some sort of a created wrestler universe mode. But obviously we get the call slots. They're up to 100 again, so we get that back. We get the create arena, create a title, that sort of thing. We got that all back. We got create a diva now. Finally, I don't know why it wasn't in, you know, save the rants for another time. Randy Orton just hit an RKO, cover on Steve Austin, and no! Van Dam could not make it in time to break up the pin. Stone Cold Steve Austin has been eliminated, and this is a very scary situation right now for one Rob Van Dam, as we have Randy Orton and Kane just absolutely double teaming Van Dam right now. The numbers game certainly favors Kane and Orton here. Van Dam, he's going to be lucky if he can survive this one, let alone win the match. As we see right now, he's trying to fight. He's fighting off Orton, trying to take down Kane, but the numbers advantage. It's just too much. Just Van Dam thrown into the corner. As you can see, Orton definitely is battling his stamina here. He's been going all out to try to eliminate Austin from this matchup, so Orton needs a bit of a breather. But because it is 2-on-1, Kane, he can deliver the beating on Van Dam with a tombstone pile driver. And while Kane just beats down on Van Dam, Orton, he has valuable time to recuperate. And this is what happens in these handicap-style environments. As Van Dam, you know, he's just all by himself. He doesn't get any time to recover. As soon as he takes out one of these two men, he's going to have to worry about the other one. And after a while, that's just going to take its toll. As right now we can see some beautiful double teaming here from Orton and Kane, as there was a nice double flapjack as Van Dam was planted face first into the mat. Orton now tosses Van Dam into the corner. Oh, and he's got him perched up top. Look at this. Randy Orton, RKO from the top rope. And Kane, oh, he's not even done. Van Dam, he's not even conscious. Look at that. He's out on his feet, but Kane just lifting Van Dam up there. The dead weight of Rob Van Dam. 7 feet in the air for that choke slam into the cover. 2 count. And that is it, folks. I mean, there's Van Dam, it would have been a miracle if he could have kicked out of that RKO from the top rope. But Kane, the sadistic Kane, he wants to make sure he inflicts as much damage as possible to the #1 contender, lifting him up for that choke slam all the way to hell. And Van Dam, well, it's going to be a tough loss for Van Dam and Stone Cold. Kurt Angle, another match of the week with an Iron Man match. Go figure. Raw wins the ratings war this week with plus 100,000 fans gained. Kurt Angle, man, I mean, that was a big move that Raw made. That was certainly a gutsy play by them, but doesn't mean I have to like it. I can respect what they did, but even then, I mean, Kurt Angle just going behind my back. I can't respect him for what he did. But yes, you can see we're re-signing some people. Stacy Keibler, our current jobber, her contract is about to expire. And as we take a look, we got our popularities, a lot of green arrows, a lot of people in the 80s. We do still have a couple of guys down in the 70s, and then there is Shelton, who's somewhere in the middle of the 60s, maybe upper 60s. And then we've got Keibler, she's going to be gone next week, so not a big deal. not a big deal. We don't have to worry much about her. If we take a look at the rivalries we've got going on, we have Edge and Batista. They're still, you know, Eddie and Bret Hart. That tag team rivalry, I feel like, is what's really keeping us afloat, keeping us going while we build up our new rivalries. And as we take a look at the Raw ratings, they get 3.5 stars, even though it's the same thing every damn week with these people. We get a 3-star rating, even though we had 2 4-star matches and a 3.5 star. But hey, I think that one kind of balanced out. But still, Raw, come on, man. We do still have a pretty big lead over Monday Night Raw, but definitely not the huge gap we had before. And that kind of sucks. But that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and until the next episode, keep on YouTubing.